March Madness is here, guys, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. That is $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. With tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on, and the FanDuel app is simple and easy to use. When you win, you get paid instantly, no waiting around. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Guys, we have talked about DeAndre Hunter at length on this show. He's been incredible since joining the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Steve, you take tagboard full here. I put together some numbers since the Hunter trade, which just show how incredible the Cavs have been since acquiring DeAndre Hunter. Since the DeAndre Hunter deal, the Cavs are 14-0. They have the second best offensive rating in basketball, the second best defensive rating in basketball, the number one net rating in basketball. They rank top 5 in the NBA in rebounds per game, which was an area Kenny Atkinson said they had to improve upon. And bench points, they've fallen down to 10th with 41.1, but because of guys missing games, Donovan Mitchell missed a game the other night. Ty Jerome sat out. They've rested a few guys. Hunter's been in the starting lineup. So the bench points numbers, when Hunter actually comes off the bench, is within the top 5. But overall, it is at number 10. Jason, when we look at the overall impact DeAndre Hunter's made on this team so far, do you think he's made a bigger impact on the Cavs' offense or on the Cavs' defense?
Offensively, I would say offensively, because we knew he was good defensively. And he's been a better shooter than I expected him to be. So I would say offensively, but I think there's nuance to this. Because the biggest thing, and we talked about this morning, Mike and I talked about this morning on Coffee and Cavs, or Cavs and Coffee, or whatever the hell we're calling it now, that I didn't realize how impactful he would be at the 4 spot. And Kobe mentioned it when they traded for him, that, you can play some backup 4 as well. And kind of made a mental note of that, but didn't really think about it too much. But the lineup with him at the 4 and Evan at the 5 has been more of a game changer than I realized it would be. And so if I have to pick offense and defense, I would say offense, because we knew he was good defensively. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. But really, if you really want to get nuanced about it, it's the role that he holds as the backup 4 that has been the most pleasant surprise to me, that I didn't anticipate coming. He has been an absolute perfect fit on this roster and was exactly what they needed.
I hate you because you stole my answer as far as.
Well, blame him. He went to me first.
I was going to say defense. I agree with you for what you said offense, but what you said defensively, or the fact that you could take Jared Allen, put him on the bench to close out games and be fine, that's something that I never thought would be a thing. I thought you always want to have that two-headed monster with Jared and Evan down there, but the fact that they continue to close these games out with Jared on the bench, and you got Hunter, who can do all these things defensively. Yes, we know he was good defensively, and yes, the three-point shooting on offense has been unbelievable, even though I don't think his last couple of games, he's been a little –
he's down to 50% on the season for the Cavs.
Last couple. But anyways, but defensively is where the impact is for me, because of the fact of to be able to run that lineup to close games. You literally match up with any team, with anybody, and still be able to get stops. We always go back to that, I think it was the Heat game.
It was.
Where they got like 7 stops in a row or something like that to close that game out. He played a huge part in that as well. So, to me, I think the biggest difference has been the defensive side of the ball.
They can put 5 shooters on the floor now.
Yes.
And they struggle.
And you are in trouble because if they go 5 out.
They couldn't really do that before, not with the level of shooting that they can now.
St. John's winning 15-3 over Butler right now.
Ohio State lost to Iowa last
quarterfinals.
Night. I was disgusted.
Embarrassing. To me, listen, he's been great on both ends, so we're splitting hairs here. Yeah. But to me, it's the defense, because if you look at those stats Mike put up about their number 2 in defensive rating, number 2, Mike's got all these ratings and these things that only 18 people know what the hell they are. But they're number 2 at both. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, the Cavs were already either 1 or 2 in offense before Hunter.
Correct.
But I don't think they were. I think they were closer to 10 on defense before Hunter.
They're in the
weren't they?
back half of the top 10, correct?
Okay, so they were good. Before they got Hunter, they were great on offense, and they were good on defense. Since they've gotten Hunter, they're still great on offense, but now they've gone, I think, from good to great on defense. So that's why I'm going to go with the defense. But, again, it's splitting hairs. He's been, as Jason said, an absolutely home run acquisition. He's been a perfect fit for this team. He's exactly what they needed. And, you think at the trade deadline, are you really going to get a player that makes the difference of them winning a championship or not? And we'll never know. If the Cavs do win a championship, we'll never know if they could have won it without DeAndre Hunter. But he might end up being the difference between them beating the Celtics or whoever comes out of the West or not.
Well, they traded him for Boston, with Boston in mind.
Right.
That's why they made the deal.
But
And he could be the difference.
They
He
didn't
can be
hide
just
from that.
enough of a difference.
I would say what's so impressive about him is very seldomly do you make a trade where you get rid of 2 players and that one player that you traded for is as good as both of those players combined. Because, Niang was good as far as a rebounder. He was your extra big.
Yeah.
He's a physical guy and all those things, and he could hit the outside shot.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert was probably one of your best dudes coming off the bench.
Right.
And now you got this guy who does it defensively, can get the stops, and he's scoring off the bench. Like, you got both of the production of those 2 players in one guy.
Even more.
And that's kind of crazy to me.
I think if you combine Niang and LeVert into one player, DeAndre Hunter's still better than that player.
They don't miss Karis at all.
Not at all.
No.
And maybe,
that's rare.
And maybe in a postseason series, there may come a point where we go, they could use a guy who can get his own shot right now. But to this point, they don't miss him at all.
Right. And he's just been a great fit. And you needed to cut down the rotation anyway because you're not playing that.
That was the point I made when they made the
Yeah.
deal that we weren't really talking about was you had to streamline this thing. You can't.
I
Kenny
forgot
can say
about
all he
that
wants
part.
about trying to play 10. You can't play 10 in a postseason series. You're
He
not
might
going
play
to.
9, though.
What if
right?
he does?
Well, you're not going to play 10. You're not going to play 10.
Why do you think that?
Because you want your best guys on the floor.
Who
You got
you-
multiple days
I
off
don't know who
between
you
games.
cut out this rotation.
Let's look at this
It's
again.
easy, Ty. It's
Let's
not-
look
it's
at it
not
again
hard.
of the
is.
the guys who are definitely in the rotation. We know the big 4. We know Strus and Hunter and Ty Jerome. That's 7 absolute.
And Dean Wade, if he's healthy, is the only backup big. Dean Wade is
So
in
Dean
that
Wade,
8.
we're
Lock it
going to
in.
assume everybody's healthy. There's your 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam Merrill's getting
Is Sam Merrill
some
or Isaac
minutes.
Okoro, are they the only 2 for the 9th? Am I forgetting anybody?
There would be 9.
Javante Green,
Okay.
maybe.
No.
but
All right. So Sam Merrill or Isaac Okoro, are they either one of them? Will either one be a regular rotation member in the playoffs?
No.
No.
No. Now, that's not to say they're not going to play.
Right.
And they may have a game where they make a big impact.
Merrill gonna get. He gonna.
There's not going to be games where they both play, or at least both
This
play
is
more
how
than
it's
a
gonna
couple.
go.
They do completely different things.
Right.
So there could be a game where they both, but it's unlikely.
This
We
is-
don't know fouls, injuries.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. That first series, whoever it's against, Okoro and Merrill is going to play. If they do nothing, it's done.
Ty, in the first series, they're going to play 10 guys. The question isn't what's the rotation against the Atlanta Hawks or the Chicago Bulls in the 1-8. The question is when you play the Boston Celtics.
Oh, they
in the
not
Eastern
playing.
Conference
Right.
Finals,
They ain't playing.
Are they
But
playing
that's-
9, 10?
They
That's
ain't
what I'm
no.
saying. It's
No, they not
Even
playing.
if they do play 10 in the first round, Merrill and Okoro will play way less minutes than they would have in the regular
I don't
season.
even think they play 10 in the first round. I don't think
Right.
they do.
Probably
You don't
not.
think?
No, because you have multiple.
Who
days.
is the- who the-
you want
let
your
me
best
see.
guys on. It's the playoffs. You want your best guys on the floor.
Right.
You've got especially in the first round. You got like 2 days off between games. You got plenty of time to rest.
You don't sit Donovan and drop his minutes to 30 for the
No,
regular season
no.
just to only play him 31 in the postseason.
Right.
Like
No.
that's not how
No, in the
basketball
postseason,
works.
he's going to play what, 38 minutes?
Yes, there's only
minutes?
So I mean,
36, 38.
I'm not saying
They
Sam's
probably
not
gonna
going to
play
play at all.
Orlando.
I'm not saying Sam's not going to play at all. I'm not saying Isaac's not going to play at all, but they're not going to hold big roles. There could be a moment where you need Isaac's
Yeah, for 2-3
defensive
minutes.
presence.
Yeah.
Put him on an inbounder
Yeah.
or put on a
If
defensive.
they play Milwaukee, Isaac does an incredible job on Dame Lillard. He gives Dame more issues than almost any point
Yeah.
of attack defender
Right.
in basketball.
Yeah.
If they
That's
play
a great
Milwaukee,
point. That's a great
Isaac could
point.
have a role like that.
Yes.
But to think he's going to get a consistent 10, 15,
Right.
20 minutes in a playoff series against Boston or some of the other teams later.
Well,
in the
I
playoffs.
wasn't going to say that many
Or
minutes
even a
at all.
situation, say there's 8 seconds left in a
He at least
quarter,
get 10.
and you got the ball on offense. Maybe you bring out Sam Merrill as an extra
Absolutely.
3-point shooter
Absolutely.
in something like situations like that.
You get 10.
But he's not like what are Isaac Okoro and Sam Merrill's minutes per game this season?
Give me 1 sec. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Can I answer, while I'm pulling this up, can I give you my answer on the Hunter thing?
Yeah, of
of
You
course.
guys all ended up saying offense.
No,
No,
what
we
are you
did
talking
Defense,
not.
sorry. Defense.
No,
I
Jason
said
said
offense.
I said offense.
Well, the answer's both. And it's to Jason's point earlier of your closing lineup now.
What kind of question was that? You
Well,
can't-
I was looking. I'm trying to read
question with a
stats. I'm looking up
trick
minutes.
answer.
I'm talking
You're
at
out
the
of your
same
mind
time.
right now.
No, the reality
trick
is the fact
question.
that they can close games with him at the 4 and Mobley at the 5 without sacrificing a lot defensive, a little bit of rim protection without Allen. Granted,
Yeah.
but you still have Mobley, who's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, and the spacing you gain from swapping out Allen and Hunter changes the entire geometry on offense. And they have more space to attack. They have more space to create. And defensively, Kenny's shown us he's fine and comfortable having DeAndre Hunter guard bigs in the paint. Minutes this season, Merrill and Okoro, ironically, averaging the exact same amount of minutes this season, 19.3.
Yeah, there's no way those guys are going to play 19 minutes a game. in the
No,
playoffs.
I didn't say that.
So even if they
I said 10.
even if, well, but no,
10.
no, they're not averaging. You think they're going to average 10 minutes? I bet maybe between them they'll average 10.
You know where you might
Maybe.
get 4 or
can't
5?
get 10
You know where
minutes.
you might get 4 or 5? At the end of the first quarter and the start of the
Yeah.
second.
Well, I said Jason.
Well, I'm thinking that they're going to blow teams
I'm
out,
saying
so therefore
I
they'll get
could
more
see them
minutes.
maybe averaging 10 minutes between them.
I don't even think they're going to get
At
to that.
most.
In
I don't
the
even think they're
first
gonna get to
round?
that.
10
it depends. It
minutes?
depends on the matchups. I'm telling you, you want your
Those
best
guys are not playoff
You
players.
want your
Yeah,
best
you're right.
guys on the floor.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs.
It's 10 minutes.
All right,
You
so
got 2
Tyvis-
days off.
Tyvis, let me ask you this.
There's no way those
What
guys are
is
playing
Sam
10
Merrill
minutes.
doing that Donovan can't?
Ty, I'm going to give you the minutes for the
Well,
starters
as of
right
lately, hit threes. You want to go there?
Donovan and Darius can't hit threes lately. That's true.
I'm going to give you the minutes for the Cavs starters. Let's figure out what we think they'll play in a postseason series, and we'll see if they have the ability to squeeze in 20 minutes total for Okoro.
So let's
and
say
Merrill.
Donovan plays 38 minutes a game.
So
He not.
that'd be up 7 minutes per game from where he's at right now.
Yeah, why not?
That's very reasonable. 38 to 40.
38 minutes. That's
what do you
what I
think
said,
Darius-
38 to 40 before. Let's say 38. Let's say Darius plays 38 also.
And you got to write this down. We need,
There's
we need some
no
math.
way. Ty
So
So
Jerome's getting
Donovan up
minutes.
7. Use your phone.
Ty Jerome's
Donovan up
getting
7.
minutes.
Darius, we're going to go 38. We'll be conservative 38.
Yeah.
That's very conservative.
Okay,
He's
What's
so
gonna-
Jared Allen averaging?
So Donovan up 7. Darius up 8.
I would
Jared
go higher
Allen's
on
at 29
Darius,
minutes
but
right now. Where do you think
Jared
he
Allen's
plays?
averaging 29 minutes. I bet he stays around that.
It's going to go down.
You think he's going to go down from
Yeah.
29?
Because that's factoring in all of his minutes prior to
Early.
DeAndre getting here.
Right.
That's going to go down.
Okay. All right.
I think 29 is right in the range. I think it's about a
I would
wash.
say 25.
All right, let's split the difference. Go 27.
So -2. Mobley's at 30 minutes.
Oh, he's
He,
playing more
he
than
about
that.
to say he might not lead a court.
I say 38-40 in that same range.
All right, let's do 39.
So +9 for Mobley. You have Hunter, who on the Cavs, this
Yeah.
is just his Cavs games, averaging 25.
Oh, that's going up.
33.
I was going to say
34.
32, 33.
All right, let's do 33.
So Hunter +7. Strus is at 25.
I think that's
Around
gonna,
that. Down a little?
I would go down
Or
a little with him.
maybe
I would
23?
Leave it where it is.
All right.
We'll leave Strus where it is.
Okay.
Give
Dean
my boy
Wade's
some
at
minutes.
21.
D-Way's not playing 21 minutes.
No.
I'd say it's around, but probably a little lower, but around
18?
that.
We'll go
Shave,
18?
shave my boy Sam 10 minutes.
What we're going to do is we're going to be over the amount of
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
in a game.
Go, go 18 on D-Wade.
That's what I'm getting to here.
Yeah, go 18.
And Ty Jerome is at 19 minutes a game.
Probably stay around there,
He'll
right?
stay there. And then, I mean, people are going to kill me for this, but
Yeah.
I mean, kill me for everything else.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll go down.
All right, keep him at his same minutes. Then. So where are we at now?
Ant is doing the math on his phone. So up 7 plus 8, so that's up 15.
Yeah.
Down 2, so now we're
13. I got it.
13.
I'll do the math. You give me the numbers.
Up 9,
22,
up 7,
29,
down 4.
25.
So now we're at 25 more minutes. So Tyvis, you want to add 20 minutes into, so you're going to take those from this and we'll play just 5 minutes more total for the starters?
Yeah.
Is that what you're suggesting here, Tyvis?
So if we have 25 more minutes per game,
depend on the match.
we got to take 25 away.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. So
that's the Merrill.
So keep 25. So Merrill and Okoro are averaging what?
Both averaging 19 minutes per game.
All right. Let's say they average 5 minutes a game in the playoffs. Those two guys. That's 28 minutes
in
right
the first round.
Although nobody else is going to play at all. All the other guys that have minutes, those guys ain't going to play at all except garbage time. Right? I mean, Jalen Tyson, and
10 minutes.
Craig Porter Jr., those guys are not playing any legit minutes. Right?
Jason,
they're not playing
10 minutes.
Maybe a minute or two here and there. You never know.
Garbage
yeah,
time.
probably only garbage
hey,
time.
Hey, real quick, just run through. I wasn't really following the way you guys did that. Just run through all the minutes again. I'm going to do this on my phone real quick. Just the numbers. Like Donovan was what we said?
Donovan was 38.
38 plus, okay.
Darius 38.
Yep.
Okay.
Mobley 40.
Well, let me go in order because I have it.
Okay. Yeah, go in order.
Yeah.
So Donovan 38.
Yep.
Mitchell, Garland 38.
Yep.
Allen, we went down to 27.
Okay.
Mobley up to 40.
Okay.
Hunter up to 32.
Okay.
Strus at 25.
Okay.
Wade at 21.
Okay.
No, we went down to 18.
Oh, Wade down.
Minus 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Jerome was at the same at 19.
19. That's 237 minutes in a 240-minute game.
That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah, that leaves 3 minutes per game.
Yeah. And maybe it ends up being 5 minutes per game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
then Okoro and Merrill split those 3 to 5 minutes.
And I actually think Jarrett may actually go down more than what we said. But, I mean, one of those other guys.
At most, you're talking about.
I think we were generous on Darius. I think Darius could play into the 40s.
At most, we're talking 5 to 7 minutes a game for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
So at most, Merrill and Okoro will average maybe 7 minutes per game between them.
Now, there may be a game where there's foul trouble.
Right.
And Merrill plays 10 or 11 minutes. That could happen.
And the way the Cavs have played, there should be plenty of garbage time in the first round.
There might be.
You would think.
Who are they most likely going to play in the first round?
Orlando.
The whole playing in the Eastern Conference right now is a jambalaya of crap.
Well, I'm asking you to make predictions,
Orlando
Mike. You're a basketball guy.
Orlando, Atlanta.
Who's going to win
Miami,
the play-ins?
Chicago.
Who do you think is going to win the play-ins?
Orlando and Atlanta, I think will win a play-in. I do like Atlanta to win a
Okay,
play-in.
so who would be the A seed, Orlando or Atlanta right now?
Well, right now, those two would play the winner. So the winner would be the 7, and then the loser would play the winner.
So
of
who
Miami,
wins?
Chicago.
Orlando plays Atlanta. Who wins?
I think Orlando would win that.
All right, so the Cavs would play Atlanta.
Or Miami, yeah.
No, I mean, let's go. Get off the fence. Who they got playing?
Atlanta's trying to lose. I'll go Miami. At least
Okay, so you got the Cavs playing Miami. I mean, the Cavs should smack around Miami, no?
They should smack all those teams. It
Well, I
shouldn't matter out
mean,
of those
Terry
four.
Rozier is in the investigation right now, so.
What does that mean? What do you mean he's in the investigation?
Did you not see his last performance?
I didn't even know Terry Rozier was still in the NBA, honestly.
He played terrible against the Cavs.
Man,
Yeah.
hey,
He's not scary anymore.
He doing
the only
bad.
thing scary is his game.
he doing bad. He must,
What did he do? He's in trouble?
He must owe some people a lot of money.
Oh, really?
That's what they say. It
boy.
was bad.
Damn.
It was bad. Yeah.
I don't want to see Isaac Okoro play in the playoffs, honestly. Does anybody want to see Isaac Okoro in the playoffs?
We've seen that twice.
He's
I want to
Two years
see.
in a
I
row
want to
now.
see Sam get a couple trays.
Sam will get hit a couple of minutes
Listen,
here and there.
Isaac's big opportunity was last year.
Yeah.
And he reverted to the same player he's always been in the playoffs.
So why did he sign him?
In a certain matchup, if you need an extra defense, you're going to play Okoro a few minutes.
But
in a certain matchup, if you need an extra shooter, you play Merrill a couple minutes. That's it.
They won't guard Isaac. No one is going to guard
Right,
Isaac.
right.
And now the Cavs have much more offensive firepower to withstand that, but there's no reason to play him.
Why play him?
There's no reason.
No.
But you're playing 4-on-5 on the offensive end
Right.
if you play him.
And he's the only guy. Even there's nobody else that you can't guard on the
And
Cavs.
Sam is a deficiency defensively. You can't switch everything with
He's
Sam.
been way better this year defensively.
Yeah, but
Isaac's
are you really want to switch everything with Merrill in a playoff
No, but I'm just
series?
saying, to his credit,
No.
he has been much better.
But if he has to,
defensively.
if you bring him in for 3 minutes at the end of a half to get
Okoro
some
gonna
scoring,
shock the world. He gonna hit that first one.
if you had to bet,
That's probably the worst thing that could happen because then 4 more are going
if
up
you
after
had to
it.
bet, you have to bet Sam Merrill or Isaac Okoro who gets more minutes in the playoffs.
Oh, Sam Merrill.
Sam.
Okoro.
You think Okoro? I'd say Sam.
Sam.
I think that the series, if they play Milwaukee,
Well,
he's
yeah.
terrific
It's-
against Dame. So I would go for the
You're
grand
right.
scheme. I'd go with
It's
Okoro.
matchup dependent.
Oh,
like
I mean,
it
isn't
depends on who they're
everything?
playing. Yeah, it depends on who they're playing.
All right.